Gentlelady from Wyoming is recognized for 2 minutes.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I understand why our colleagues on the other side of the aisle are having a hard time keeping track of their arguments. You know, we watched yesterday the distinguished minority whip stand up and say we got to do our work and then move to adjourn. We watched today, Mr. Speaker, repeatedly, while our colleagues on the other side of the aisle claim that they believe in providing funding for the Children's Health Insurance Plan, yet they voted against it. We've watched repeatedly, Mr. Speaker, our colleagues on the other side of the aisle go down the list of all the damage that's being done by this shutdown, but they won't end the shutdown. We agree. This shutdown is absolutely unconscionable in these circumstances. And every time, Mr. Speaker, a member on the other side of the aisle who failed to vote for all 12 of those appropriations bills that we put on the floor and we passed through this House stands up and talks about us doing our job needs to look in the mirror, Mr. Speaker, because we have done our job. And in particular, Mr. Speaker, when it comes to the defense of this nation, we have no higher obligation or sacred duty or responsibility in this House than to provide funding for our men and women in uniform. And with all due respect, Mr. Speaker, when I hear my colleagues on the other side of the aisle say things like our military will be just fine under this shutdown, I would remind them that we have young men and women in uniform on the front lines right now who are putting their lives on the line for all of us, and they are not getting paid because Chuck Schumer and the Democrats in the Senate are refusing to be in a position where they will let this government reopen. Now, I am sure that our colleagues don't want us to remember and remind the American people what they have done or what their leaders have said, but we will do it every single time until this absolutely unconscionable, complete dereliction of our duty stops. End this shutdown and fund our troops. I yield back.